Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 4 hits theaters this weekend. I have been very fortunate and I've already seen it twice, and I thought I would give you guys my non-spoiler review. A lot of people have asked about my thoughts on the movie, and I thought I would just give them all to you in a nice YouTube video today. If you are a fan of Disney content, if you have just found my channel, be sure to click subscribe while you're here because that is all that I do. Now, let's go back a few years because I feel like that I was with the majority of Pixar fans, especially Toy Story fans, when it was announced that they were working on a Toy Story 4. I remember that big flashy D23 presentation, and at the time, I was just like, why? Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending to a beautiful franchise. It was like tied up in a nice little bow, and it was like, here's your complete story. I feel like we feel that way with most Pixar movies. They tell really great, concise stories, but their sequels are also usually really good too. So it was kind of like a, why is this happening? However, after seeing Toy Story 4, I truly think that it is a movie that we didn't know that we needed. Disney's coming out with a ton of movies for 2019, and at some point, Toy Story 4 became my most anticipated movie this year. A lot of people are like hyped on Aladdin, they're hyped on Lion King, but I think the more previews that we got for Toy Story 4 and more of the plot being revealed, I really started getting excited about it because I was like, where is this story gonna go? Like, my interest was piqued. I think a lot of that has to do with being such a fan of the franchise and loving and growing up with these characters. I was excited to see where they were going to go next, even though I will admit I was very nervous about it because, like I said, Toy Story 3 was so perfect. Where do you even go from there? Honestly, I really love this movie. It is a Pixar movie by definition. It hits you in all of the feels across the board. You're crying because you're happy. You're crying because you're sad. And it is undoubtedly the funniest Pixar movie we have yet. Like, there is no other Pixar movie that I have laughed harder at than this one. It's so good. So unexpectedly funny in a lot of moments. So I have never laughed harder in a Pixar movie. There are some jump scares from a Pixar movie, and that's pretty exciting and new and different and honestly a little bit unexpected. Very funny watching Toy Story 4 in a theater of full-grown adults and everybody like jumping and gasping at moments, which is pretty funny. So I guess to have that be a fair warning if you're taking like really little ones about jump scares, even though they're not like truly scary moments, that you can be like a little taken off guard by it. So just anticipate that. Like within Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3, we get brand new characters introduced and their interactions and relationships built with the characters that we already know are so crucial to our main characters' kind of overall story arc. So they have like a real solid purpose of being in this movie, which I really love. They're not necessarily just there for comic relief. They're not necessarily just there to be a bad guy, but there are really valuable lessons that we're all taking away from their existence within the story. My favorite characters, Duke Boom. Oh my gosh, Keanu Reeves. Welcome to the Disney family. Duke Boom is like a Canadian daredevil, kind of like an Evel Knievel from the 60s. Keanu does him perfectly. So funny. I love him. Key and Peele are also Ducky and Bunny, these plushies from this carnival that people like can never win because of the top prize. They are super fun. Of course, all of our favorite characters come back, but Bo Peep is like the shining star of this movie. You would not believe how different Bo Peep is. I am incredibly satisfied with what they've done with her story, how they've kind of interpreted her character where she's been separate from the gang for 9 years and her journey. She's a 2019 icon. It just makes me so sad that I didn't get to grow up with that Bo Peep, and I'm so stoked for all of these like 12-year-old girls that get to grow up with this Bo Peep. Bo Peep is where it's at. I'm happy to see her back and being so incredibly strong and so brave, and she's just like, she's like the Captain Marvel of Pixar. And of course, because it's Pixar, we only expect the best of the best when it comes to animation. And my mind was truly blown. Like, you think that Pixar has like capped out and they've done the best that they've ever could do because you see these movies and you're like, wow, I can't believe that's real. But I can't truly wrap my head around these environments that they've built for our characters. Like, we spent a lot of time in this antique store and it's just full of so much stuff. And I'm just like sitting there thinking, wow, every single item on these shelves, everything in this cabinet, everything in this box is all like built and modeled and rendered and like placed in this environment. And then you see all of our characters spend a lot of time at this carnival at night. So you have all of these like flashing lights and different colors coming at different angles. And it's so beautiful. It's one of those like you truly forget that you're watching an animated movie. And it's both because it visually looks so stunning, but then also because you're so engrossed in the story that you're just like, oh wow, yeah, that was a cartoon. Like, what the heck? As far as the story goes, I appreciate the message in Toy Story 4 on such a personal level, and I really feel like it was catered to all of us people that are adults now that have grown up with the Toy Story franchise. I think we've grown up with these characters, and the message in all of the movies has also gotten more mature, and this especially feels like it's justice to us that are now older, we're now adults, and it really deals with these messages of being lost and kind of finding your purpose. And it's truly, truly beautiful because you will see two different people with two different ideas of kind of like the same thing. And that thing can be negative for somebody, and then that thing could be positive for somebody. And it kind of gives you hope. It shows you that you're not alone in these journeys. It shows you that people can see the same thing in a completely different way. And neither one of those ways is wrong or it's right, but it's kind of like finding a common ground and really kind of understanding what is best for you personally, what is best for someone else personally. And I think that's something a lot of us are dealing with. Just like Pixar does best, it really doesn't matter how old you are when you see it because you're still gonna get those messages taken away from it. And I can't believe I've gone this long without talking about Forky, who is voiced by Tony Hale, who is amazing. Forky is the weird little spork that you see in all the trailers. He's already merchandised everywhere. He will be like everybody's favorite character. And yes, he's funny and he's cute and he's like weird, but he actually plays a pretty significant role as far as Woody's character development is concerned. Overall, I am thrilled with where this franchise has gone. It has made me really sad to know that this is gonna be finally our actual last Toy Story movie. Pete Docter is now at the helm of Pixar. He is absolutely incredible, and he's confirmed that Pixar is not going to be doing any more sequels anymore, that they are on a swing of new stories told by new people with new voices, which I am so excited about because that is what we loved about Pixar from the beginning. And they had sequels and they were great, but we've had so many sequels lately that it is a really, really exciting time for Pete Docter to get in there and shake things up. So I think with the added weight of knowing that this is the last time that we're going to be seeing Woody and Buzz and Peep and Slink and Rex and the Potato Heads and everybody on screen for the last time is a moment in and of itself. And I'm getting like a little sad again because I've grown up with these characters and they like mean so much to me. And they have beautifully handled a movie that people really doubted, that I think people weren't excited about. A lot of people really vocally didn't want it, and delivered a true Toy Story film. And that is a feat in and of itself. Let me know if you plan on seeing Toy Story 4 down below and what you are most excited about. And I would love to know if you're still even on the fence, because I know a lot of people, despite all of the really great reviews that's getting, a lot of people are like, I don't know, which is totally fair. But let me know down below because let's talk about it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.